Well, welcome to another episode of Extra Point on Southwestern Montana News. And today's program brought to you by 82 Coffee Company, Susan McRae Accounting, and Town and Country Foods. And today, Zach McRae, head football coach at Beaverhead County High School. Welcome, Zach.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, we took a week off. You took a week off, so we're right back at it. But first of all, got to say congratulations on a great regular season. 8-0. That doesn't happen very often, and that 8-0 mark is was that? Did you guys do a memory board, or not a memory board, a goal board or something like that at the start of the season?
No, we don't, and we're certainly excited about where we are here today, and having last week where we got the bye week, and I know we'll talk about our opponent here coming up, but. Yeah, we're not really motivated based on external things like 8-0 and some of the slaps on the back that people want to give us. We're just excited and motivated by the day-to-day process. And so, I think there'll be a time when we get to sit back and reflect on what a neat and cool season it was. We'll get to reflect on some of the accomplishments, but we're in full work mode. We don't have time to reflect on the past. We're being where our feet are, and we had a great bye week last week. I thought we practiced really hard. I thought we got better. Certainly we're excited. We acknowledge where we are, but I think as any championship team or anybody that's pursuing some of those big goals, I still feel like we have miles to go, and so we're just excited for the challenge to get better this week.
So what I'm getting at is your record isn't 8-0, it's 0-0 right now.
It absolutely is.
Well, and you seeded second overall. I believe Billings Central is the top seeded team. So basically, as long as you're alive in the playoffs, until that chipper game, you're at home.
Yeah, and again, I think it's an interesting message because you have to acknowledge, some of the possibilities of where you could go. But none of that happens if we don't focus on this week. And so, like we said a couple weeks ago, we'll allow our highly paid athletic director to kind of handle all that stuff, Mr. Brock Millimacki, and let us know where we're going and when we're leaving. We're just focused on having a great Tuesday practice. We had a great practice yesterday. Sounds like the weather's going to turn a little bit on us here for the better, so maybe a good weekend not to play last weekend, but just very excited. We got a bunch of guys that are just hungry to get better, and so we're just living day to day, enjoying whatever moments we can to make sure that we get to prolong this season.
Well, the week off, you mentioned not playing in that nasty weather that the Bulldogs had to play in on Saturday. The field was really wet, probably wet and cold in some places and stuff. So another plus to the weather changing is the shape of the field is probably going to improve from a wet, choppy, you don't know what kind of footing you have field to one that should be fairly playable.
Yeah, and we've played in all different types of stuff. The guy that we had on here a couple weeks ago, Keith Christensen. I mean, we've played in snow bowls. He's played in a snow bowl in Whitefish. We've played in a torrential rainstorm in Frenchtown. And so we played in a windstorm last year. I know the whole state did. I think Western might have been up at Tech that week where we played in 40-mile-an-hour winds. And so, it affects your play calling. We're excited that the weather is trending in the positive, but if it were to turn, and I'm assuming from what they would tell you last week, you just kind of coach the games you're in. It would certainly limit some of the play calling. I think Vigilante Field has done a great job of holding up. It gets a lot of play. And so just excited to get out there on about a 45-degree day and play against the Havre Blue Ponies.
Well, perfect fall weather. Perfect fall. I mean, it's what they say in the dictionary. I think football weather would be described on the forecast for Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, no doubt.
So you mentioned Havre. They pulled a wee bit of an upset the very last game of the regular season when they upset Lewistown, and I believe it was like a 3-point game, 17-14, something like that.
Yep.
They faced Lockwood, which you have to explain to me, how did Lockwood, they haven't been a Class A school for very long, how did they make the playoffs?
Well, just how their record goes, each side takes 6, and they play the 4-5s and the 3-6s. You know, our matchups this week were, I believe, Hamilton and Big Fork was the 3-6, and the 4-5 was Columbia Falls and Whitefish. And so, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good teams that make the playoffs, and you know, there's a couple good teams that got left home just losing out into some tiebreakers. But the Havre Blue Ponies played really well last Friday night, 38-0 against Lockwood, and had played them earlier in the year, and Havre had won 11-9, and so they've obviously shown some improvement there. The things that pop up on film is that they're physical, and their defense is really stout. They fly around. They work hard to defend the run. You can tell by how they play that they're well coached. And so we're just excited for the challenge. We're excited to be on Vigilante Field in front of our home crowd, and excited to give it everything we got.
Well, let's talk quickly about tickets are on sale right now for that game, and will be on sale beginning at, I believe, 11:30 before kickoff is what time the windows open up to.
Yeah, we're just excited. You know, it's so much fun to play in front of our Beaver fans. You know, from our first home game of the year against Frenchtown, and then you know to carry it into our senior night against Libby. There's just nothing like home. It wouldn't be home without our great fans that show just tremendous support. And so yeah, Saturday 1 p.m. Tickets on sale now, and we're just excited for a fun day.
Okay, Zach, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back with some closing thoughts right after this on Extra Point.
Town and Country Foods, we'd like to give you a free Thanksgiving turkey. Sign up for a turkey. You may choose one location. Your phone number will be used for your turkey number and will be used to accumulate purchases. One phone number per household, please. Purchases of $500 from October 16th through November 22nd qualify for a frozen Norbest turkey. You can pick up your turkey November 16th through the 22nd. Choose any size frozen Norbest turkey while supplies last. Purchases may not be transferred between Town and Country Food locations in Belgrade, Livingston, Bozeman, Lewiston, Billings, or Dillon. Purchases will only apply to the location of your choosing.
Back to Extra Point, and in the studio today we have Zach McRae, head football coach at Beaverhead County High School. And Zach, we covered a little bit of football. Let's talk about outside the classroom. Beaverhead County High School, as I look at this news release here, received the Northwestern Energy Academic Achievement Award. Students involved in extracurricular activities in Beaverhead County High School have the highest GPA over all other Class A schools, and that average was 3.605. You as a coach, you as a teacher, you have to be extremely happy, not just with your players, but with the entire student body at BCHS.
Yeah, and it's just, I think it speaks to what the involvement in extracurricular activities can do for our young student athletes, whether that's from their freshman year to their senior year or in middle school. I think that the power of getting involved and having some of those things happen in your life where you get to experience a little bit of success, and you also get to learn some of those tough life lessons. And I think all of that goes into being able to excel at multiple things. We have multiple programs within our high school that are wildly successful, from our football programs to our basketball programs to our music department, all of our extracurricular activities. And I just don't think that you can understate how important it is just to get involved in something. I'm obviously a little biased in being the football coach. I would like everybody to go out for football, but certainly understand the importance of just getting involved. We say oftentimes that, I get to teach life through the lens of football. And so some of those things that you don't get without being part of it, we get to experience success, we get to experience teamwork, we get to experience what it's like to chase a goal that's not selfish, that you have to give yourself over to a team. And then I think in that too, you learn a little bit about yourself and how you deal with failure, and what do you do when things aren't going well. Do you blame others, or do you find a way to get through? And that and a host of other life lessons you can learn through these activities, I think is really special, and you're seeing some of the product of that. But endlessly proud of our student athletes. Just to speak specifically on the football guys, I think football is hard to do. I think that it's a dying sport for a number of reasons, and one of those being that it's not very much fun to put your body through that. It's hard to be part of a team. It's hard to not want to be really selfish in your goals. And so our football guys specifically, I'm just so proud of that they allow us to coach them really hard. We're not so naive to think that they love everything we say. I know they don't love everything that we say, but they're endlessly coachable. And I would always take somebody that's part of an extracurricular activity, specifically football. If they do 4 years of football, I think they've got some pretty good life skills to tackle whatever it is that they choose to do. And this is just one award that they earned, that they deserve. And so we were excited to be able to celebrate that with the students and staff, because there's so many people that are part of this, and part of the community, part of our teachers, part of our staff, part of our admin. There's so many hands in molding these young minds, and so we're just nothing but proud.
It's as a BCHS alum, it makes me really, really proud too, that no matter football, basketball, chorus, teen tones, a play, a debate, whatever it is, you talk about the time commitment away from the classroom that they have to put in to be successful, yet they have a three. I think the only time I got close to a 3.6 was reading about it somewhere. So, kudos to you as a coach, as a teacher, and to the like you mentioned, the entire staff and faculty at the high school. You've done a great job on getting the kids from one end of the spectrum to the other, to having fun in school and being successful in what they're doing. So congratulations, not only to you, but to everybody too. But let's close things out again. Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, Vigilante Field. Havre Blue Ponies come to town to face the Dillon Beavers in a second round game. Are tickets on sale now at the high school office?
Yep, they are. So Saturday at 1, and then I think tickets are on sale now. We just love to pack the Vig.
I don't think there's going to be a problem with that. I think there'll be a nice crowd in the stands, but also those stalwart Beaver fans that stand outside the fence line too.
Sure.
So, Zach, once again, thank you for coming in. We'll talk again next week about Beaver football. And in the meantime, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Extra Point, brought to you by 82 Coffee Company, Susan McCrae Accounting, and Town & Country Foods. We'll see you next time.